What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Screens, and today's video is going to be all about how to make the best shooting center in NBA 2K21. Now, this build has honestly probably been one of the most frustrating builds to make in a 2K ever. It seems like they just tried to kill shooting bigs this year. I can't tell you why, but I don't know. It took me a while to finally come up with this build. I think I finally decided on what I was going to use when it came to shooting center. Now, I also haven't decided if I was going to use this build or a paint beast, but we're going to decide obviously when the game fully comes out. But the build that I have right here, I feel like it's the best of both worlds. I feel like with 2K21, they decided that if you wanted to be a shooting center, you either had to decide between speed or strength. But in this build, I think I got both of them, honestly. But I feel like I got both shooting, defense, vertical, strength, and speed. And I'm obviously going to show you guys how to do it today. But before we get started, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe with post notifications if you guys are new. Also, make sure to follow my Twitter, which will be in the description, to always keep up with me and the channel. And without further ado, let's get right into it, y'all. So, the position that you guys are going to want to pick is the power forward. Now, the reason why you want to do this is because you get significantly more shooting and slashing on a power forward than you do a center. Now, a center will get more defensive badges, but this year it's really not that big of a difference. It's really only like one badge, to be honest with you. And in comparison to like gaining like 4 slashing / shooting badges, this is honestly the best way to do it. So that's probably why I went with it. Obviously, handedness and number doesn't really matter. So the pie chart that you guys are going to want to pick is the half shooting, half defense pie chart. Now, you guys could this could become the meta right here, this last one, with just a lot of defense and just a little bit of shooting. But I feel like for right now, half shooting and half defense is just the way to go. It's got a better three-pointer. Defense is still really good. And yeah, so that's why I went with it. Now, this part right here is also very crucial when it comes to the physical. Like I said, I feel like with this year, they decided that if you wanted to be a shooting glass, you had to either pick between speed or strength. But I feel like the counter to that is this pie chart right here, the agility and the strength one. As you guys can see, you get high speed, high strength, and the vertical isn't that great. But with what I'm about to do with the player at the very end, it's obviously going to improve the vertical a decent amount. It's going to be around the same vertical as my 6'10", if you guys remember. So he's still going to be really, really good. He's still going to have a higher vertical, and he's still going to be really fast and strong. So you guys are going to want to go with that. Now, what you guys have to do is go max out your close shot and then instantly take it down 2 to an 82. Max out your driving and your standing dunk so that you guys have 7 finishing badges. Now, once you do that, you guys are going to want to max out everything in your shooting. I'm sorry, my voice just fucking decided to hang itself. And then take your free throw down to an 83 to get your last shooting badge at 19. Now, for your defense, you guys are going to want to max out everything except for steal. And then once you're done maxing out everything, put the last 23 upgrades into your steal, leaving you with 21 defensive badges. So you should look like you should look something like 7 finishing, 19 shooting, 1 playmaking, and 21 defense. So with that being said, body shape, burly, I always pick it. It's the best one for a center in my opinion. And this was also a toss-up. Now, I had to decide between either 6'10" or 6'8". I feel like 6'9" is just kind of ass. I feel like there's no real reason to do that. And so I finally decided with going 6'8". I pranked you on that one. Leave a like or comment if I pranked you. You're going to want to go with 6'8". I just feel like it's probably going to be one of the better meta builds this year. I feel like the 6'10" is kind of like my 7'1" from last year. And my 6'8", this 6'8" is probably like my 6'10". And obviously, 6'10" was the meta. A lot of good players in like the stage and stuff like that are making 6'8" centers. So I just feel like this is probably the move this year. So once you make him 6'8", the weight, you guys are gonna want to make it 275 on the dot. If you guys look, yes, if you go 276, you gain a strength point. But however, you lose a perimeter defense. And if you max out your wingspan, it's an 85. If you go 275, you lose 1 strength. Gain the perimeter defense and stuff back, but if you look and you max out your wingspan, it's still going to be the same thing. So 275 is literally the perfect weight for this build. You guys are going to have a higher speed than my 6'10". Your acceleration is probably going to be higher. I think my acceleration, my 6'10", was a 75, so you guys are going to have a 76. The vertical is going to be a 65, and if you guys remember my 6'10", he had a 68 vertical, so that's going to be not that big of a difference in my opinion. Your strength is also, you're still going to be really good. It's still going to be in the 90s when it comes to 99 overall in gym rat. So I feel like with 275, you're literally perfect, bro. You're literally perfect. Max out your wingspan, obviously. I feel like I kind of gave that away. Now, a lot of you guys might be tripping about the interior defense and the defensive rebound. Now, I'm also going to throw up, I could just throw up a comparison of my player from 2K20. And I know right off the top of my head that the defensive rebounding is not that big of a difference. Like, the defensive rebound was a 91, and at 99 this is going to be an 88, so that's not that big of a difference. With your, with your fucking, alright, I have it up right up now on my screen. So, your interior defense, yes, it was really high, but I feel like with like a 82, 83 interior defense, I feel like you're just going to be fine, especially with Hall of Fame defensive badges. And, yeah. So the rebounding, obviously, it's around the same. It's obviously not as good, but I feel like the perimeter and lateral quickness and the steal are a lot better than what was on my 6'10", along with just being able to shoot. You're going to have a 73 ball, which Mike Wang did say is mid-70s. That's where you're going to want to be. So at 99, you guys are going to be at around a 74, 75, which is really perfect. So obviously, max out your wingspan. And then what you guys are going to want to do not, for the love of God, do not pick spot-up shooter. But I've used both takeovers. I know which one's good and what's not. I personally prefer glass. I feel like that one honestly can just win you a game. Having rim protector doesn't necessarily guarantee a stop. Glass cleaner does guarantee a rebound. Glass cleaner takeover, you know where the board's going to go if there's a miss. You can break box outs. You set bigger screens. Plus your defense is boosted as well. Not a lot of people know that. So in my opinion, this is the best takeover to go with right now. Now, it's obviously, it has a weird name. It's 3-level score, but, like, I don't really give a shit about names all that much. So that's why I went with that. So we're going to continue, and I'm going to show you guys the badges that I would preferably run. Now, obviously, we don't necessarily know what badges are going to be good and what's not going to be good. But when the game comes out and, like, we know the meta and stuff like that, I will let you guys know what I use, if I decide to use this. Now, for your finishing badges, you are going to use Lob City Finisher and then Silver Pro Touch and Consistent. Like you guys saw, I did not upgrade my layup. So these two badges right here are going to give you a huge boost to layup percentage. And in my opinion, layup doesn't really mean a lot. Like, I don't feel like having an upgraded layup is very valuable. So that's why I went with these two right here. So for your shooting badges, like I said, we don't necessarily know what's going to be the best for your, like, green percentage. That's really what I'm worried about for, like, whenever I'm put badges on for a shooting center. Like, obviously, I want to know how to maximize my 19 available upgrades. So when the game actually comes out, first offer rip is probably going to be range extender. I feel like range extender is honestly one of the only, like, staple badges. I feel like you should always have that on Hall of Fame. And so, yeah, like I said, there's no real, like, you can't really, like, finesse it. Like, you can't be like, oh, gold's the best. No, range extender Hall of Fame is going to give you the best opportunity to shoot from really deep distances, and obviously that's never going to be a bad thing, so that's why I went with Hall of Fame. Now, the things that are really, like, kind of odd is catch and shoot and green machine. If you guys remember, before I was a legend, I ran silver catch and silver green. Now, that could be the meta next year for shooting centers. But we never really know what's going to give you the best bang for your badge in the next 2K. You really don't. Like, maybe gold green machine's the best one. Maybe silver stays the same, and maybe it even goes down to, like, bronze is the best. Really don't know. So I'm probably just going to go with my shooting badge setup from 19. Or not, I'm sorry, not 19. From 20. Now, another badge that is also kind of, like, odd, like, if you guys want to play around with this build in the demo, do not put Hot Zone Hunter on because we don't have hot zones. But in 2K21, I feel like this is still going to be a really good badge. Obviously, hot zones may or may not change. Like, it could be given through my career. It could also be given through Park again. Now, if you guys, like I said it before, I'm comparing a lot of this to 2K20. I only had 3 Park hot spots, and I still ran Hot Zone Hunter Hall of Fame because I knew that I shot in those spots basically every single time. I had 3 hot spots on the top of the key, the left hash and the right hash, and I shot in those very consistently, so that's why I ran on Hall of Fame. Now, this may not be the case for you. You guys may feel like you don't want to use Hall of Fame Hot Zone Hunter, and that's perfectly fine. But during the actual game, I feel like I'm definitely going to use it. So also what I plan on using is Silver Corner. Now, this falls into the same category as these two badges right here. Silver Corner was the best in 2K20 for like limited shooting badges. Now, obviously this may change, like Hall of Fame might be the best one and Silver might not do anything, so this is also susceptible to change, like I said. But for right now, I'm just going to rock with it just because I feel like I have to. Now, another badge that's kind of a toss-up, honestly, for me this year is Pick and Popper. Pick and Popper has been good in every single 2K except 2K20. The reason being is because in 2K20, like, basically, if you wanted this badge to kick in, you had to catch it and shoot it the second, like, the person that you were screening essentially came off of it. And obviously, you don't want to force a pass. Like, you don't know if the guard's going to be open. You basically don't want to use this badge if it's not going to activate, like, in a timely manner. Now, in past 2Ks, basically, you could set a screen, and then if you shot, you could run around for 20 seconds, and if you shot it, this badge would pop up, so that's why it was a good badge. However, like, we don't necessarily know, so for right now, I'm not going to use it, but I could easily come back to that and be like, wow, this is the best thing I've ever used. I'm also going to use Bronze Hot Start. I feel like if you use anything higher than that with 19, it's not really like a good idea. I could also probably use Clutch Shooter. If you guys don't know, Clutch Shooter on Bronze, it activates at, I think, when any team is at 15 points. So obviously you're going to get a huge boost when you have this on. And then for my last three, I'm going to throw on Deadeye. Now, like, something else that I can do is this. Like, I could easily just take away Clutch Shooter and put on a Hall of Fame Deadeye. I don't necessarily know, but for right now, this is probably what I would rock with until the actual game. Like, and I will also rock with this during the actual game until we're told otherwise. So, like, when NBA 2K Labs, that's like the source that everybody uses to see what badges do what and like what's good and what's not. So when they put out that data of like, oh, if catch and shoot Silver is the best to use it on if you don't have a lot of shooting, but maybe catch and shoot Bronze, I will 100% update this for you guys the second I know about it. I promise. I would never tell you guys to use something that I don't think is good. So this is my shooting badge setup that I would probably use day one. And for now, we're moving on to playmaking. Obviously, you don't have a lot of stuff here, so I just do quick first step Bronze. Really nothing much special to it. Now, what I would do here is Hall of Fame Brick Wall, Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser. And those are like two staples for me, I feel like. With a 6A, you have to have that. And then with your remaining 13, definitely put on Bronze Chase Down. Not a lot of people know this. If you put Bronze Chase Down, that's all you need to like unlock the chase down block animations. Now, obviously, the higher you go, the better, like more often you're going to get these animations. But you only need Bronze to get the animations. Meaning, if you just didn't have it, like, you're not going to get these consistent, like, Superman chase down blocks. If you have it on, you will unlock the animation and your player will be flying. Something that's kind of a toss-up is Intimidator. They said that they reworked it, so probably, like, the only thing that you guys really need to put on is, like, Silver. Obviously, like I said, if it changes, I'll let you guys know about it. And so, Bronze Box, that's what I would put on, too. Bronze Box is super helpful, in my opinion. I feel like it just really locks in a box out. Like, you really can't, like, break somebody's box out in 2K. But if you have, especially if they have this on, and especially being 6'8", obviously if you guys play against these taller centers, positioning is key, and box is essentially going to help you lock in that position. So now what I would probably do, really, like, these last 9 kind of depend on Pogo Stick. Now, they did say that they nerfed Pogo Stick heavily. However, in this demo right here, Bill Russell has it, and there's clips everywhere of like somebody spamming Y, and Bill Russell is essentially jumping for joy like a fucking bunny. And it honestly looks like Pogo Stick looks better in the demo than it does in 2K20 as an entirety. And we all know how overpowered Pogo Stick was in 2K20. But obviously, it's the demo. We don't know if that's going to change to the actual game. Now, if Pogo Stick is overpowered, I would rock with something like this. Now, if Pogo Stick isn't overpowered, I would probably still use it, but I would probably run something that looks like this instead of having it on Hall of Fame. Now, like I said, all of these, basically every single badge in the defensive and shooting category is susceptible to change because we don't know what's going to be the best tier of every single badge. So, hopefully this video did help you guys. This is going to be my center build for the shooting center. Now, like I said, I'm probably going to make this and a paint beast on the current gen, and then once next gen comes, I'm obviously going to let you guys know what is going to be the best builds there as well. It's been your boy Screens. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe with those post notifications. Also follow my Twitter in the description. It's been your boy Screens, and I'm out. Peace.